Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, it's your number one fat Asian, and today I am bringing you yet another one of the sell the whole gosh darn team and rebuild. I have returned from Las Vegas. I'm fully recharged, and it was fun. Roll the clip. 100K dick reveal. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, ladies and gents. But if you would like to see more of that, you can go ahead and check out episode 3 of my boyfriend, girlfriend co-op career mode. Click them in the eye things. Also leave a link to it at the end of the video. But in the last rebuild, I did Manchester City, and I asked you guys to go ahead and vote on which team do you think I should completely rebuild next, and it was never in doubt. It's their crosstown rivals. It's my favorite team. It's Manchester United. Now, if you are unfamiliar with this type of rebuild, first off, for Mosty, give a little bit of credit to my homeboy, JarradHD. He is the godfather of rebuilds in FIFA career mode. He's the one who popularized it within the FIFA community. So big props to him. Go ahead and check it out. But if you're familiar with that, then you'll be kind of familiar with this. My take on it is a different spin. As I go ahead, I take the complete roster of Manchester United. The Pogbas, the Lukakus, the David De Geas, I sell them all, including all of the loanee players. And then I go ahead, I total up that amount. And if you sold everyone on Manchester United, you would get €665.9 million, or roughly $750 million. And then, with a completely blank slate, but $750 million burning a hole in my pocket, I go on SoFifa.com, and then I go ahead and reassemble or rebuy a completely brand new team within that budget. And then once I've rebought the team, I go ahead into career mode, and then I use up all the transfer budget to my pleasure. And once that is done, we sim to the end of the season and see if I can win a bit of silverware. Either I win the league or I win Champions League. If I fail to do both, then I have to go ahead and do a forfeit. And I tried and I failed to go ahead and give away a copy of FIFA 19 in the last episode. So we're going to put that on the line again. If I do not win the league, or if I do not win Champions League, I have to give away a copy of FIFA 19. So in order to be entered to go ahead and win a copy of FIFA 19, smush your nipple into the like button right now. Leave a comment down below because it helps me in the algorithm. Now, a couple of stipulations in this rebuild. First and foremost, obviously, I cannot reuse or rebuy any Manchester United player currently on the roster. Secondly, I'm going to mostly avoid going ahead and buying anyone off of the rival teams, that being Manchester City as well as Liverpool. But once we go into the transfer windows, all bets are off. I can transfer in anyone that I like. So with that, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the totally rebuilt from the ground up Manchester United, and the boy that I have to start out with is a little bit cheated because he is a former Manchester United player. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, come on. A fan favorite, a team legend. It was heartbreaking when he left, but I'd love to see him back, even though he went over to Juventus. I don't even blame him. State of Manchester United right now is not very good. But in the state of this rebuild, I can do whatever I gosh darn please. I think the number one thing that I miss, that I think most older Manchester United fans miss, is after the Sir Alex Ferguson era, there hasn't been the attack mentality there anymore. And that is why I put the majority of our funds into the front three. Because alongside Cristiano Ronaldo is a man who's been tipped to possibly go to Real Madrid, also been rumored slightly to go to Manchester United when he first came onto the scene, and that is Sir Harry of Kane. 20 goal a season, locked in front man, target man. We know this is going to be built kind of in a Jose Mourinho-esque system. We're playing a 4-3-3, and Jose tends to like a big target man type up there. Alongside, on the right side, a player that I guess has been a little bit maligned, and another ex-Tottenham player, and that is Gareth Bale. He would be absolutely fantastic. I had my, fingers crossed that maybe somehow we could go ahead and tempt him away from Real Madrid this past season. Didn't really happen, obviously, but now he's here. And the front three is just astronomical in pricing. Gareth Bale by himself is $62 million, Harry Kane is $76.5 million, and Ronaldo is $95.5 million, who is actually, I believe, the third most expensive player in the game behind Neymar and Messi. Neymar's up there because he's younger. And while the stars of this team is going to be the front three, I didn't skimp too much in the midfield. Obviously, Luka Modric is pretty good. Coming off of a golden ball performance at the last World Cup, I rate him as if not the best, the second best midfielder in the world. Behind him is Matuidi, a very, very solid World Cup, although he played like left winger, so I guess he offers that versatility. And then next to him is Milinkovic Savic, who was linked to Manchester United with the rumors swirling that Pogba might be on his way out to Barcelona. I think this midfield three offers a good mixture of both physicality, defensive prowess, as well as creativity. And then the backline is very, very solid. Alexandro was rumored to be another transfer target that fell through this past window. Rafael Varane is a youngster that Jose Mourinho is very familiar with, as he brought him over to Real Madrid and developed him into the world-class caliber defender that he is today. Bonucci seems like, well, it was another target that was kind of whispered about. Munier? I know some guy will correct me in the comment section. Big, strong, tall, pacey. He's got a shot on him. I love him. I think he's one of the best young right backs in the world right now. And I went a little bit cheaper. I went Gigi Buffon. I spent a lot of money in the front three. Had to skip a little bit, and Buffon, it's a little bit cheating because he's only 4.5. But for 4.5 million to replace David De Gea with Gigi Buffon, that's an absolute brilliant steal, I think, in my book, which allowed me a little bit more depth on the midfield. I tried to go more in the Jose Mourinho mold, so I brought in some of his greatest hits. He loves an old, crafty, kind of dirty player. And that's why Pepe is on this list. 85 rated, he's like a million bajillion years old. I know, but he's going to offer at least decent depth behind the likes of Bonucci and Varane. Next to him is Ivanovich. Obviously, he spent time with him over at Chelsea, was a very beloved player of his. Also offers depth at the right back position. Gary Cahill was there at his second stint over at Chelsea, played a pivotal role in his title-winning side. And then Justin Kluivert, he never really played with him, but in the Europa League final of a couple years back, he was seen very much having an animated conversation with him, and some that led to rumors of him possibly coming over to Manchester United, although he did go over to Roma, I believe, this season. Furthermore, on the bench, we have Tammy Abraham, who he probably is somewhat familiar with, as he was in the Chelsea system while he was still managing there. Diarra gives us good solidity. He gives us like a physical presence in the midfield. Then I went Donnarumma. This is kind of why I paired him with Buffon, is he can learn from the master, his mentor, and Manchester United have a decent track record of going ahead, bringing, you know, a very, very young keeper over from a distant land, that being David De Gea from Spain. Now, a lot of people believed in him at first. It was a little bit rocky, but once he got seasoned, became one of the best keepers in the world. Hopefully, they can duplicate the same with Donnarumma here. Then, furthermore, depth, you got Dani Ceballos, who's just a fantastic La Liga player, offers great depth as he can play all the positions in the midfield. Eric Dyer was kind of rumored to be coming to Manchester United, so I threw him in there for good depth. Asamoah gives us a solidity at the left back position, as well as can play a diverse number of positions in the midfield as well. Wendell's a good young Brazilian youngster. I'm thinking, you know, in the same vein as maybe like a Fred, but a little bit more raw. And Donald Brillambolo gives us both right wing depth as well as possibly, you know, another good young target man. So that is the team that I created. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this team into career mode. I'm going to put us into Champions League. It's going to be legendary, 6 minutes, Sterling, current customized, although not all that really matters. Let's hop in. All right, now we're into the career mode. Let's take a look at our transfer budget. We have, what are we working with here? 238 million. Okay, maybe I didn't need to buy Ronaldo. I could have just bought him here. God, is that the biggest budget that we've had? Well, the first guy that I want, that I'm going to pretty much blow my entire load on, is this guy right here. I know, he's in Manchester City. But pound for pound, I think that KDB is the best creative midfielder in the world. And while I really like Milinkovic Savic, I think that is the spot, that is the weakness in this side right now. So I'm going to approach the buy. This should be interesting. Hello, my bald-headed friend. How are you? I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I don't really like Eric Dyer all that much. We got 17 million with him. What do you want? For a cash deal of $170 million. Bring that down to 130 and we'll talk about it, because this is astronomical. Oh, he automatically, damn, he was really just trying to lowball me. Man, I probably could have dropped it another 10 million. But anyway, we got enough cash. I'll take it. Delegate to the man. He's my top priority. Next up on the list that I'm going to go in for is Sergio Ramos. Arguably the best defender in the world. We basically can reunite the hyper-effective partnership between him and Varane over at Real Madrid. Maybe throwing one of my older center backs here, Gary Cahill, for a switch over here. they'd only consider swapping him for $71 million and Gary Cahill. Not the most realistic transfer in the world, but let's try and take him down just a smidgy here. We'll go $55 million in Gary Cahill. Or am I getting a little bit overly cocky? They say that's fine too. Wow, I'm making deals. Zinedine Zidane, I've dealt with two bald-headed men, and they might have gotten the better of me. All right, let's delegate to that. And with that, we could get two of the best players in the world right off of the bat. And there we go. Transfer offer accepted for Kevin De Bruyne. And we are going to accept this offer, and we actually got him for relatively cheap, only $500K weekly. That will relegate Mr. 21 Savage to the bench and move him in, and just look how much sexier the side looks now. Jumping from 83 to 91, he's just going to be spraying balls up there, putting in crosses for Ronaldo and Harry Kane and Bale. Oh, God. And that is what I want to see as well. Sergio Ramos has accepted. Bring him in, son. And with that, with those two transfers, do I really need to make any more? Let's go ahead, take a look at the lineup now. I'm actually going to scooch out Bonucci over here and put in Sergio Ramos. Oh yeah, look at this lineup, man. This is absolutely ridiculous. Ronaldo on the left side, Harry Kane at striker, Gareth Bale on the right side, Luka Modric in the midfield alongside Matuidi and Kevin De Bruyne. Backline of Meunier, Ramos, Varane, Alessandro, and Gigi Buffon in between the six. That's starting 11. Honestly, this might be the best starting 11 I've ever made. Vote them in the iTunes. Is this the best compared to Real Madrid or Manchester City? Let me know. My only concern about this lineup right here is this position, and that's Gareth Bale. He's injury prone. Even in FIFA, he's got the injury prone trait. So most likely, he's not going to play the entirety of the full season. So we need to compensate. We need to find someone to provide adequate depth in the event that he gets hurt. Right now behind him, we got Kluivert, we got Mbolo, but they're only sitting around 75. And with the budget available, we only have about 27 million to go ahead and purchase maybe one more player. Although I might want to leave a little bit of that, just in case someone gets hurt, we can go ahead and purchase someone at the halfway point. And now we find ourselves in the final of the preseason tour up against Barcelona, who, when we simmed previously, we actually lost 3-2. So let's take a look at how our side has developed and how they match up against one of the world's best. It's a good team. It is a very, very good team, and I would say probably superior to Barcelona. Let's take it to the match right here. Nothing has happened in the first 20 minutes. Lionel Messi versus Ronaldo. Once again, a clash of the Titans. Nothing is happening with just a yellow card in the first half, and we got a couple. Ronaldo finally comes through, scoring his first goal back at not Old Trafford, I guess in Manchester United. Messi equalizes. What a classic it is. We might have to go to extra time, and Barcelona wins on pens. Interesting. So twice we were not able to go ahead and beat Barcelona, which doesn't, it doesn't bode well for our Champions League chances. So we didn't win it, but we did get a sizable chunk of change. As you can see now, our transfer budget is all the way up to 33 million. Unfortunately, offer for Riyad Mahrez as well as Willian were both unacceptable. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it to the halfway point, guys, see where the chips may fall. At this point, I'm just praying that Gareth Bale's knees and joints and everything and muscles hold up. But I don't know if it's a great bet. Take it away, Time Wizard. Go, Time Wizard! All right, boys, we sit on January 1st of 2018. We are continuing on in the Champions League round of 16 versus Atletico Madrid. That is not an easy draw. Let's take a look at the player stats. Halfway, we see that Eden Hazard is on top, but surprisingly, Gareth Bale is in second place for Manchester United. Harry Kane is all the way down in 11th, and Milinkovic Savic apparently has been banging him in. No need for Kevin De Bruyne. He's got 7 as well. Let's go over to assists. Willian is on top. Maybe I should have bought him. Cristiano Ronaldo is in 7th place with Gareth Bale down in 12th. We'll go over to clean sheets, and there's Courtois, who is on top of the list. But it seems like Donnarumma and Buffon have been splitting duties with a combined 9 clean sheets. Should put us on top at the midway point. Let's take a peeky. Yep, barely though. Manchester United edging out Jose Mourinho's former team in Chelsea, and Manchester City not too far behind as well, both with 42. Manchester United 4 points ahead in 46 points. Pretty tight race. As you see, Manchester United does have the best goal differential. They score the most goals while preventing the most. Let's take a look at the squad, and oh my god. We got issues. We got problems, guys. All right, let's see the damage here. Munir is out for 4 weeks, so approximately a month. And let's see, Ramos is also out for a month. That's not too bad. If we can weather the storm, we might be all right. And then Buffon is nicked up. He had a broken ankle, so he must have missed most of the first season. But he'll be good in 8 days. So nothing too crucial, luckily. Surprisingly enough, Gareth Bale has stayed healthy. So let's take a look at our replacements. Donnarumma's grown to an 84. So I think he'll be fine in that backup position. Ramos is out, but we do have Bonucci. So we have excellent depth at the center back position. I think we can weather the storm without those two for now. The big piece right here is Meunier, 82 rated. His next backup is not too much of a drop off right here. It's Ivanovich. He's probably going to be playing out on that side. He's still at an 81. Should be adequate enough for the rest of the month. So while it's not ideal, it's still a relatively strong side. Also, I realized that Kevin De Bruyne wasn't playing as much. He's only played 10 games total. So I changed his position from a center mid to a cam position just to make sure that he's playing more. And now that we're at the halfway point, we can actually do a bit of business. As you can see, $50 million and almost 300 in the wages. We can go in for another big boy. All right, we're going to go in for a pragmatic choice here, and that is Alessandro Florenzi. He can play right back, right wing, and center mid. Bale gets hurt, if Pereira gets hurt, if Ivanovich gets hurt, this guy can fill in. All right, let's just hop in 23. I think 23 is a pretty fair offer. What do you say? 32. All right, 25. 25, I'll deal with that. Which leaves us with about 27 million to go ahead and play around with. We still need a little bit of experienced depth out on that right wing side. The second alternative is Christian Pulisic. He's now up to an 80 overall, and he can literally play any of the winger positions. All right, they'll talk for 27. All right, let's accept this offer for Christian Pulisic, and there he is. He's in. He's going to mostly be playing depth purposes, and he's assurance. All right, I've done all that I can. We're going to go ahead and sim all the way up to June 1st of 2018. Hopefully, we see the Champions League next to that endpoint, but we will see. Time Wizard.
Go, Time Wizard!
Sadness, eternal sadness. We are not at the elusive Champions League final again. As you can see right here, we did make it to the semifinals up against Barcelona. They did it to us again, denying us once more. We did win the FA Cup trophy. That is silverware, but we don't count it. Take a look at the player stats at the end of the season. Eden Hazard goes ahead and scored 24 goals. Sadio Mane had 22, and Gareth Bale in third place with 16. Ronaldo did have a spry second season, jumping all the way up to 7th place, and that is it for the Manchester United men. Let's go over. Assist king is Ronaldo, tied with Eriksen with 9. Kevin De Bruyne had 6 all the way down in 8th place. And let's go over to clean sheets. Chelsea with 15. Buffon had 10 in 3rd place, but Donnarumma had 8, which means that would be 18 clean sheets. That would outdo Courtois. But Chelsea look very, very strong. We might not have won the league. Let's go over. I'm looking down. I'm looking up. Okay. Liverpool sneaking into 2nd place. I thought Chelsea were going to be the main challengers, but they were far, far away. Them and Manchester City fell to the wayside, while Liverpool catapulted both of them, but they still fell 9 points short of this super Manchester United side. Only losing 5 games the entirety of the season, had the most goals scored with 69. Nice. And by far the best defensive record with only 22 goals allowed with a goal differential of 47. It's okay. See at the end of the season, and now for the squad report, you can see that Buffon went down by 1. Donnarumma grew by +3 up to an 85. Munir got up to an 82. Florenzi went up by 1 to an 83. Everyone went down by 2, but still pretty solid, 83. Bonucci stayed at 86. Ivanovich all the way down to a 79. Varane up to an 86. Ramos went down by 1. Samoa stayed the same at 79. Alexandra went up to 87. Matuidi stayed at 85. Diawara went to 78. 21 Savage went by +3 up to an 86. Ceballos went up by +3 to an 81. Wendell went up +3 to a 77. Modric went down by 1 to an 88. Kevin De Bruyne stayed at 91. Pulisic grew by 1. Bale stayed at 88. Tammy Abraham grew by 3. Harry Kane grew to a 90. Mbolo almost up to an 80. Cristiano Ronaldo went down by 2 to a 92. Still strong. And Kluivert grew by +3. So overall, a good season, but not an outstanding season. I did go ahead. I won it again. So I don't got to give away another copy of FIFA 18. So what I have to tell to you guys is I'm gonna leave up some more challenging teams because I think the teams that I'm using right now, their budgets are too big. I think I've successfully won one or the other every single time. So I'm gonna put some more challenging teams up here. You guys go ahead and vote for the most challenging one because I honestly want to go ahead and give away a copy of FIFA 19 before this goddamn thing starts. But yeah, that is pretty much it for me. Follow me up on the Instagrams at BeModest. If you want to check out the last rebuild over with Man City, go ahead and click over here. Digs Booze, and you want to see more of my hijinks of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, go ahead and click over here, Digsy Poos as well. But yeah, that's it for me, BeModest. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and until next time, boys, remember, stay thick.